one thing I have to say about this is we're just getting there. We are doing the CD5 clinical study right now, and this is a first-in-man clinical study. And per FDA requirements, we have to treat adults first before we proceed to extend to the pediatric population. And so the results in adults so far are quite encouraging, particularly in T-cell lymphoma. Pediatric patients don't have a lot of lymphoma. Primarily, they have ALL. And so that's a very different disease. And responses so far that we see with CD5 CAR T-cells in ALL are not as impressive in this disease for some reasons, but we have a few ideas on how to improve them. And we will be testing those in the remainder of this year. And then hopefully we'll be able to test those drugs also in the pediatric population. So, I have hopes for these CAR T cells in the ALL space, but time will tell ultimately. For the CD7 CAR, we are still gearing up to start our trial. We've been kind of stuck in the quagmire with the FDA answering their queries regarding the gene editing, which is a little bit difficult to do in the GMP. It's much easier to do on the bench than for the actual cell products in the clinic. And so we are making progress, so we hope to start the trial in the next few months. So we'll see. I think CD7 is a better target than CD5 in the TALL setting and lymphoblastic lymphoma, quite honestly. It's expressed at very high levels and a higher percentage of tumors, at least in those that we review for our clinical trials. And so I think the CD7 would be very beneficial for the pediatric population that primarily has ALL. But again, we'll see what the responses are. Right now, there's one ongoing clinical study in China with off-the-shelf CD7 CAR T-cells, and they produce pretty good responses in ALL. So I think it's a good target. We just need to be a little bit careful about looking at the effect on endogenous T-cells. And vast majority of endogenous T-cells are also CD7 high. And so we really need to avoid potentially T-cell aplasia as much as possible, because that may lead to disastrous consequences in kids that are already suppressed after all the treatments. So, I remain optimistic, but right now, based on the data, it is a bit too early to say.